Hello po muli sa inyong lahat at welcome sa Wednesday edition ng The Stock Market Today. Ngayon po ay June 9, 2021, Miyerkules. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chodoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. I also report the latest news on your favorites and most active stocks, and if you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And if you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. Manny Pangilinan steps down as President and CEO of PLDT. And we also have a special report on golfer Yuka Saso and her primary sponsor. Lahat ng yan at ang resulta ng trading sa ating Philippine Stock Exchange ngayong araw, June 9, 2021, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Don't go away. Okay, first our special report on Yuka Saso and her main sponsor looks forward to more victories. And nung pinapanood ko po ito noong Sunday ng madaling araw or Monday ng madaling araw ay napansin ko sa kanyang cup, ICTSI. So alam ko na kung sino sponsor nito, si Mr. Razon. Kumpanya ni Mr. Razon ito, International Container Terminal Services Inc. Yuka Saso's main sponsor, International Container Terminals Inc. or Services Inc. said it will continue to support the Filipino-Japanese golfer after she was crowned as the U.S. Women's Open champion, the company said in a statement. ICTSI lauded Saso's victory in the U.S. Women's Open at the Olympic Club in San Francisco, thanking her for the pride and joy she gave the Philippines after winning the major in a playoff against Nasa Hataoka of Japan on Monday. The company also assured that it will remain by Saso's side while also being upbeat about the future of the champion golfer. And may I also share with you itong BizBuzz from the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Sabi niya dito, BizBuzz, ICTSI's best ROI. It takes a massive investment of resources to produce a world beater. In the case of recently crowned U.S. women's golf champion Yuka Saso, that meant a lot of physical energy, mental strength, and time and effort invested on the personal level to rise to the top of a very competitive heap. For her supporters in the local business community, that meant not just moral support, but a lot of money. And by a lot, we're talking about the number of zeros on a check that only a dollar billionaire can write. It's no secret, of course, that Saso's biggest corporate backer is ICTSI Corp., owned by ports and gaming tycoon Enrique Razon Jr. Long before the 19-year-old golf prodigy began making waves in the international scene, Razon and the golf program of ICTSI had already identified the young girl as a potential champion and as such began investing in her. Word in the corporate and golf grapevines is that ICTSI had been supporting the future champion in all the way back since she was 12 years old, meaning it took all just 7 years to help her form her into a full-fledged and de facto world golfing champion. Becoming a champion isn't cheap, and ICTSI helped fund Saso's training, travel and accommodation, golf apparel and clubs, caddy fees, and tournament and club registrations. Basically anything related to her golfing campaigns, said one insider who refused to be named because the full details are apparently akin to a corporate secret in this part of town. Corporate insiders were even more tight-lipped when it came to revealing how much support ICTSI had given her over the years in terms of monetary value. BizBuzz wondered, why the secrecy? Was the amount embarrassingly low, or was it scandalously high? Well, we dug around after a couple of days of sniffing around, found that ICTSI had definitely nothing to be ashamed of in terms of the financial muscle it threw behind the golfing champion's efforts. According to one knowledgeable source, the monetary value of the company's support for Saso totaled around $200,000 a year, or roughly around 10 million pesos, plus bonuses if she performed well in her competitions. Naturally, it cost less to support her in her early years, but that amount rose steadily as she progressed in her career. So all in all, we're talking anywhere between the $60 million or 60 million peso range, give or take a few, to support a future champion in the sport's most important tournament. That's a lot of money, no doubt, but more than the money, one company insider said the priceless contribution of Rason to Zaso's rise was his sharing with her the wisdom and strategic planning on how she would map her golfing career. I guess it's fair to say that this is one of Rason's investment that has paid off in spades. Wow, that was a very nice piece and a very nice investigative job for BizBuzz. So, kung titignan po natin, ay napakahusay po ni Saso. In fact, she is the Asian Games champion. No, in 2017 edition, I think, or 2016 edition. But anyway, napanood ko po yung kanyang fourth round, ano? Kasi fourth round was madaling araw po ng Monday nag-start eh. Ang pagka-tee off niyan, yung leader ang usually nahuhuli. So I think si Lexi Thompson at saka si Yuka Saso, yung pinakahuling nag-tee off. Hindi maganda po yung umpisa ni Yuka Saso. Bogey kagad siya, no? Sa second hole. I think first and second hole. Nag-double bogey po siya. Madaling araw po yun. So, sinilip ko lang po. Natulog po uli ako. Pagkatapos po noon, mga bandang 4:30, I was up at sinilip ko uli. Naku, negative kasi nung umpisa nung mga 1:30, negative 2 from a negative 4 or negative 5 leading si Thompson. So negative 2 po siya, negative 4 si Thompson. Naku, sabi ko 2 strokes na lang, hahabol na siya. Kasi po sa golf, the larger your negative, but the better, kasi less strokes to put the ball in the hole. So, negative 5, mas mataas po yan sa negative 2. Negative 4 po si Thompson. Negative 2 si Saso. Pagbalik ko from exercise, aba, tayo na sila. Puro negative 4, oh. And going into the final hole, yun, nagbogey si, nagbogey si Thompson. Pero nagpar si Saso at saka si Japanese, si Hatauka. Nagpar sila, kaya sila yung nag-sudden death. Ang sudden death pala is dalawang holes. Hole number 9, tama nga ba? Hole number 9 and the 18th hole. Or hole number 8 and the 18th hole. So, kung sino yung lesser strokes for each hole, yun yung nanalo. The first 2 holes, si Saso and the Japanese were tied. So, pareho lang silang par. Pero nung last hole, yung third hole na 18th hole, nag-birdie si Saso, nag-par yung hapon, panalo si Saso. Ang galing. Ang galing ng victory ni Yuka Saso. At una ko napansin yung kanyang sponsor. dun sa kanyang cap, ICTSI, yung kumpanya ni Mr. Rason. At kaya ako finiture po siya today. Anyway, congratulations you Kasaso, and more victories to come with the help of your sponsor. So let's now take a look at the other news that I have is on PLDT. Pangilinan steps down as president, CEO of PLDT, and he will be replaced by Al Panlilio. So from the business world, businessman Manny Pangilinan stepped down as president and chief executive officer of PLDT on Tuesday. At the end of the meeting, I will discharge my duty as president and CEO of PLDT. I've asked Al to succeed me in this position, Mr. Pangilinan said at the company's virtual annual stockholders meeting, referring to PLDT Chief Revenue Officer Alfred S. Panlilio. Mr. Pangilinan remains as chairman of the company. Mr. Panlilio is also president and CEO of PLDT Unit Smart Communications, Inc. So that's our short news on PLDT. Actually, si Mr. Pangilinan will not leave the company. He is still the chairman of the board of PLDT. Wala lang siyang executive functions or officer functions in the company, pero meron siyang director's function. So let's now take a look at what happened to the PSEI. I think magandang balita yung nangyari sa PSEI today. So let's now take a look at what happened to the PSEI index. Okay, the PSEI gained 92.82 points to end at 6902.54, and it reached the 6900 level for the first time since March 3, 2021. Yan po, and it is good news since this gain is significant. And I hope a lot of you gained in today's trade. The RSI of the index is at 71, which is already overbought. Pero may momentum po eh. Yung ating indicators are under the candlestick, which would indicate a bullish trend. Kaya po yung next resistance level ng PSE ay malalagay po natin dito sa 7,080 to 7,100 po yung next resistance level niya. And kung titignan po natin ang ating market activity, 138 companies advanced, 61 declined, while 52 remained unchanged. The all-share index also gained 1.05%, while all the sectoral indices are in the green, and this is led by the industrials at 1.35%. Led by properties at 2.57%, followed by the industrials at 1.35%. Now, as for the top 10 most active stocks, we will be reviewing BDO, Ali, Monde, JFC, AC, AP, ICT, SM, GTCOP, and ASEN. So let's now go to the top 10, and this is led by BDO. BDO had a significant increase, 3 pesos and 40 centavos, that's 3.18%. So nasa resistance level, first resistance level na po siya, with may dividends po siya dito. And the next resistance level is here at 112 to 113. Follow hanggang 115 po yung next level ni BDO. And it is bullish. Our RSI is at 66, no? 65.97 po ang RSI ni BDO. And meron pong momentum ang stock market today. Kaya po ganito po kaganda ang presyo ng mga stocks, index stocks natin. Next is Ali. Ganun din. It gained 3.65% or 1 peso and 35 centavos to end at 38.30. And the next resistance level of Ali ay nandito po sa 39 or about 40 pesos. 40 pesos po yung next resistance level ni Ali. 40 to 41 po yung next resistance level niya. And the stock is already overbought since the RSI is at 73. Pero like what I'm saying, meron po siyang momentum. If you will take a look, yung diniscuss natin ng isang araw, yung Elliott wave, nakikita po natin yan sa Ali since this is the first wave. This is the first upward trend followed by consolidation, the second upward trend followed by the second consolidation, and the third upward trend. Yan na po yung third upward trend. So, ganyan po yung structure niya. No? Nasa third wave na po tayo. Yun po. So, that's for Ali. And after Ali, let's take a look at Monde. So, si Monde, yan, nag-increase po siya. And masasabi ko lang po natin is that it's forming some sort of support here. Yan po, 13.44 yung support level niya. In general po, yan po yung support level ni Monde. Pero hindi ko po, based on technicals, hindi ko pa po ma-project yan dahil very thin po ang ating candlesticks, no? Kung tingnan natin yung 15-minute chart, so nothing there yet. But kung 1-day chart po, ay sa support lang po tayo pwedeng mag-base. And then after that is JFC. JFC, humahataw din siya. Yan, humahataw si JFC. There was a surge here noong May 27 followed by a consolidation. Tapos dahan-dahan siya umakyat. Nasa 205 na po siya, gaining 6 pesos and 50 centavos or 3.27%. And the stock is overbought. But again, there is momentum. And that's why if you just ride the trend, then maaring kumita pa tayo. So, the next resistance level of Jollibee, nandito po siya sa 210. Mga 210 po yung next resistance level ni Jollibee. Yan po yung pinakamalapit. And yung next po niya ay nandito na sa mga 220 to 230. Yung next after the 210 to 211 level. Again, the RSI is overbought at 75 pero meron pong momentum. Then Ayala Corporation, which is another, yan, nag-breakout po si Ayala Corporation. So it's following that Elliott wave, the consolidation po dito followed by a surge, 34 pesos po or 4.24% to end at 835. Pero the RSI is bullish at 66 and yung next resistance level na tinitingnan po natin ay nandito po sa 864. Pero ang pinakamalapit ay actually resistance level na po. Ito at 840 to 850. Yan po si Ayala Corporation and then Aboitiz Power. Okay, Aboitiz Power is still consolidating pero malapit na po ito, no? Kasi the market is bullish right now. The RSI is at 54. Pero in general, it's still moving sideways and the next resistance level of AP is nandito po. Nasa 25.16. Yung next resistance level po niya to 25.20. Yan po. 25.30. And then it's generally moving sideways, but that is the next level that we can consider as the resistance level. Now, ICT is next, the company of Mr. Rason and the main sponsor of Golf for You Casaso. 150 na po si ICT. And based on the technicals, nakikita nyo po yung indicators po natin, yung yellow, blue, and black line represented by the 20, 50, and 100-day exponential moving average. It's lined up and trending upwards. So, kung titingnan po natin yung weekly chart ni ICT, nasa resistance level na po siya, and it is already in the highest level. Kasi it reached the highest level noong June 2019 eh. So, I cannot anymore predict what will happen here, pero very bullish po yung stock market and the sentiment is bullish also. And therefore, maaring umakyat pa po ito. Pero based po on fundamentals, sa study po ni BDO, Nomura ay 150 po yung tunay na presyo niya. So kung tumaas pa po yan, ay bonus na po para sa atin yan. The RSI is overbought at 75. And then SM. Okay, SM is just consolidating, moving sideways. So may earnings po siya, and it's just steady at 1,000. Meanwhile, the next resistance is here at 1,070 to 1,080 po yung next resistance level ni SM, moving sideways. Then GT Cap. Okay, GT Cap, balik po natin sa 1 day. Yan, GT Cap had a recovery, gaining 10 pesos and 50 centavos to 610. So, yung resistance level na next na tinitignan natin would be somewhere here, 650 to 660. So, when I talk of support and resistance, yan po ay isang area, hindi po specific point. Now, yung higher resistance level would be here at 670. Yan po ang GT Cap, which is already bullish. And then after GT Cap, our last stock will be ASEN or ASEN. So nakikiride po ito sa Ayala Corporation, and it had a surge of 32 centavos to end at 791. So napakaganda po ng stock market today, since this is now at resistance level. So the next resistance level that we can consider for ASEN would be here at 930. Yan po yung highest level na naabot niya, and this was on January 2021. So napakaganda po ng stock market natin today, and if you were able to buy at a lower price, yung nung mababa pa ang market, congratulations. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market ngayong araw, June 9, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chidoro, nagpapaalala, mag-ingat sa COVID, magpabakuna. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Hanggang sa muli, God bless and bye for now.